Hello and welcome to another Let's Play Pokemon TCG Online. I'm Daniel, one of the hosts on the Reasons I'm Broke podcast. Sorry. First opponent is Xander527, who uses a Psychic and Fairy deck. And it looks like we will go first on this hand here. Start off with a Litwick. And I do want to thank all of you for joining us today. Whether you're a Broquette from the regular podcast that we upload every week, or if you just watch and tune in for the Pokemon TCG Let's Plays, or even the unboxings. I do try to do these at least twice a week, but sometimes I don't have the time with the podcast and everything. The podcast always comes first. Alright, so first off, we're going to go ahead and get the Xerneas right back using our Versus Seeker. So we do have quite the hand right now, and we're going to go ahead and pass and end our turn. So we did start off with 2 Dimension Valleys. I'm trying to catch up here. I've got 2 Xerneas, 3 Xerneas actually, a rare candy, so I can evolve up into Chandelier next turn. We should be able to evolve. Never mind, they just played the end. So there goes all that work. That's fine. We do end up getting another Roller Skates out of it. Oh, a couple Zubats. I see what kind of deck this is. All right. So we've gone up against one of these before, so bats, whenever they evolve, they can put damage counters right down immediately. Let's see if we get a Roller Skates. It does work that time. We got really lucky. Let's see if we can pull a Gengar here. Yes, we do. Let's put him down. And don't want to use the Spirit Link quite yet or the Muscle Band, so instead we're just going to feed the Gengar. We won't put the Dimension Valley down quite yet, and we'll do the Trip Over attack. And it will just do 10 damage onto the Spritzee. So let's see, we've got 2 Zubats here. We've got a Gardevoir EX. And remember, if they evolve the Zubats, that will be more damage. That will be some damage counters that go right down on us. All right, let's see. Nothing still. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to feed the Gengar. We're going to play that Dimension Valley. Let's put that Muscle Band on that Gengar. We'll do a retreat, put out the Gengar, and we'll knock out the Spritzee for our first prize. And out of that, it looks like we did end up getting a Professor's Letter. There's Zubat right there. Let's see if they evolve. They can evolve using an Evo Soda. Looks like they may be buying themselves a little bit of time here. I do hate to discard energies, but... So there's the Skill Dive, which is going to do 10 damage onto our Gengar EX. Lysander, awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some energies with our Professor's Letter. And let's feed the Litwick. We'll do a Trip Over attack for now, which will just do 10 damage to the Zubat. Hopefully we can evolve next turn into Chandelier using one of our rare candies here. Oh, there's the Evo Soda. Alright, so they're going to evolve and they're going to put some damage counters down. Maybe they're going after the Gengar. If they are, I'm going to pull him right back out. So let's see who they go after. How many damage counters is that? 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So if I were them, I'd probably focus on the Gengar EX. Let's see what they end up doing. So they're going to do 10 damage onto Little Litwick and to Gengar EX. Alright, we do get another Gengar out of it. And let's see, still no. Alright, I think I may just go for the knockout on this guy. So we're going to feed the Gengar EX. I hate to discard another energy, but let's do it. Dark Corridor attack, 80 damage onto the Golbat, put out the other Gengar, and that's another prize, which ends up being another Gengar EX. Not a full art one, so it'll join these 2 ghosts right here. And see who they pull out next. Looks like they're trying to build up the Xerneas. And they've got the Gardevoir EX that they're working on as well. The Xerneas is good to go. And that can do 100 damage onto our Gengar EX, which won't be enough to knock us out. But instead they're going to go with the Geomancy to try to build up their Gardevoir EX. And the Zubat as well. Alright, there we go. We get a Chandelier finally. Let's go ahead and evolve him. There we go. Alright, so let's put down that Gengar. We've got a Lysander, which I may use on the Gardevoir EX. Let's hold off. We don't have any energies. So, actually, I can't even do that. Alright, so Night Attack it is. So 3 damage counters onto the Zubat just to prevent them from doing that gold bat thing again. No energy retrievals either. They've got another Gardevoir EX that they're working to pull up. And they're going to do another Geomancy. So they're just powering up their fairy types. So that's really going to set us back a little bit. So there's a double colorless energy. Alright, so now we're going to drag out the Gardevoir EX. And let's get that Lysander right back just in case we need it. And let's poison up the Gardevoir. We'll put out the other Gengar EX. And they're up to 100. So that's poisoning. Knocked off 70 from the Gardevoir EX. Now we can work on the other one that's on the bench. Probably in about 2 turns. And actually we should be able to knock it out next turn thanks to the Muscle Band on Gengar EX. Let's see what ends up happening. I do want to point you out to nerdupmedia.com right at the bottom left-hand corner. That's where you can find the link to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, the Patreon account, basically anywhere. That's on nerdupmedia.com/thereasonsimbroke. All right, looks like they're going to go with the... Oh, they're going to switch to Zubat. Let's see. If I had enough energy on Chandelier, I'd probably put him out and try to attack the Gardevoirs from there instead, but I do not. Unfortunately, we've already discarded 2. No special energies that we've drawn up yet, and we're down to 30 in our deck. They're down to 34. Might just knock out the Zubat as is. So they're going to do 10 damage onto the Gengar EX, brings him down to 140. What do we draw? Double colorless energy. Alright. So what I'm going to do is let's attach that double colorless energy onto the Chandelier. And we're just going to do a Night Attack onto the Zubat for 20 damage. And get our prize, which ends up being an energy retrieval. Okay, that works. We can get the 2 that we had to discard earlier. There they are. And there's that Gardevoir EX again. Still at 100. Because remember, when you retreat, you do get rid of that poisoning, any special conditions, whether you're confused or whatever. So they're going to do 100 damage onto the Gengar EX. Not enough to knock us out, although Gengar is down to 40 now. And we end up drawing a Psychic Energy, which we'll put on Chandelier. We're going to do the Energy Retrieval, get 2 of these right back. And Dark Corridor Attack, which is going to do 80 damage. I'm going to put out, it's going to bring it down to 20, so let's put out the... other Gengar. So at the end of their turn, if they don't retreat, they will be knocked out. So they're going to use Energy Retrieval as well. There we go. Another option would have been to do a Lysander, switch on over to Chandelier, and try to knock it out from the bench, but went ahead and did some damage instead. So they are going to switch. They're going to bring it down to 10 HP. And leave it at that. And they've got the Xerneas, which is going to do the Rainbow Spear. 100 damage. They have to discard an energy. Gengar EX is down to 70. Alright, so let's go ahead and feed the... It's going to knock out the Gengar. So let's start building up this Gengar right down here. And let's do a Night Attack for the Gardevoir EX, so we're down to our last prize. So out of that, we end up drawing a Rare Candy and a Lampent. If we can just get a Litwick, so we can use... Oh, look at that. There's the Ace Trainer. That's the one that we got last time on the last match. So that's going to do 100 damage onto the Gengar EX for the knockout. They're going to get their 2 prizes. So what I'm going to do is pull out the Gengar EX that we have right down here. Since we did have someone knocked out, we are going to use teammates. I'm going to look for that Rock Guard and the Litwick, which is right there already. There's a Rock Guard. There we go. Alright, so let's put down Little Litwick. Let's put that Rock Guard onto the other Chandelier that I am going to put out next. And we're going to feed the Litwick as well. Actually, let's do the Gengar EX for now. And how many energies do I have here? Just 1 basic, so I'm not going to use the Energy Retrieval. I am going to do the Dark Corridor Attack. So it's going to be 80 damage. We're going to put out Chandelier with the Rock Guard. So if they do try to attack us, they will be knocked out. And they're down to 40. We're down to our last prize here. All right. So once again, that Ace Trainer, as I was saying, we pulled it last time. And I did say I was going to put it into this deck, and here it is. You can only play this card if you have more prize cards left than your opponent. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck, then draws 6 cards. Your opponent draws 3. So I can put you ahead when you are actually behind in prizes. Very useful. It's kind of like the end that they used earlier, which is, let's see if we can pull it up here. That's not it. All right. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck, then each player draws a card for each of his or her remaining prizes. And they're going to get a Duskull using the Ultra Ball. There it is. Very cool. And I apologize to anyone that already knows how the end works or Ace Trainer or anything like that, but I know a lot of listeners are really enjoying the videos and like the breakdown on what each card is doing instead of just moving quickly through every single card and everything with a single step and attack. So I'm trying to explain it as I go. So there's the Geomancy. They're going to try to power up the Duskull, and I think that will be game for us. Let's evolve into Litwick. We're just going to do the Curse Drop. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll knock out that Ghost. Leaving our Ghosts the only ones on the field. And let's see what we get from the wheel. We end up getting a mystery prize. Alright. And the coin for playing or for winning as well. Let's see what it ends up being. Alright. Looks like it's 50 coins. Awesome. And we're a little bit closer to unlocking the next energy ladder here. Part of the versus ladder. And let's look for our next opponent. As a reminder at the very end of these, if this is your first The Reasons I'm Broke Let's Play, I always open up some booster packs at the very end, and we're going to open up some Ancient Origins boosters as well. So the next opponent is Country Mom 63, who uses, I believe it was Dark and Dragon types, which we will go up at a disadvantage against. So there's the Yveltal. Let's put down little Litwick. We'll get some energies out of that. Let's try to use Roller Skate, see if it works. And it does. We'll draw up another 3. There's a Great Ball and a Chandelier. Nope. Let's actually get the Mega Gengar. Alright, let's feed the Gengar EX. We can't attack, we can't evolve this turn, so that's all we can do. Let's see what Yveltal has. Flip a coin if tails, this Pokemon can't attack during your next turn for 100 damage. So I was thinking of evolving up into the Mega Gengar EX and trying to use that attack. But let's see what else they put down on the bench. We're down to 37 cards, so that was a really good first turn because we did go through a lot of our deck there. They're going to get a supporter card. They're revealing cards until they get a supporter card. And I'm just taking a look at what they ended up revealing. They've got a Darkrai EX in their deck. They've also got a Zora. And they're going to use that Skyla. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterward. Could be a Hypnotoxic Laser. Could be all kinds of things. Let's see what they end up using against Gengar. Ends up being a Pokemon fan club, so something they can fill up their bench with. Alright, so 60 damage onto Gengar because we are weak against Dark types. And we've got a Pokemon fan club that we could use, which I might actually do. Let's do it. Let's get another Gengar and one of the full art Gengars as well. There we go. Let's put them both down. We're going to feed the main Gengar that we have out there with the double colorless energy. And let's try to poison up the Yveltal and try to get some damage down on it. And put out the other Gengar. So that brings that guy down to 60, which is awesome. We can try to knock it out next turn. In the meantime, they're going to start to fill up their bench. They've got a Zora, and a Darkrai EX. More Dark types, oh boy. 60 damage again onto the Gengar EX. That brings them down to 50. Let's go ahead and draw up another 3. Alright, no Lampents. So what I'm going to do, Brokettes, is I'm actually going to put a special energy onto the Gengar EX. We're going to retreat for free, put down the other Gengar, and we're going to do a Dark Corridor attack for the knockout. and put out the Gengar with the 1 energy on it. So that's our first prize, which ends up being a Professor's Letter. They put out the Zorel, which has a resistance, and it does evolve into Zorak. It does 20 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon. That's rough. Alright, so... Oh, we do get a rare candy. Perfect. Let's put that down. Alright, so let's choose Chandelier. There we go. Let's get some energies. We're down to 29 in our deck. So we are thinning it down by getting rid of the energies. We're going to do a Xerneas, put down the Gengar EX that we just drew, try to draw up some more with Roller Skates. We do not get it. So we are going to feed the Gengar EX. We're going to retreat for free, and we're going to poison this guy up again. So there it is, Dark Corridor attack for 40 damage. It looks like they may knock out our other Gengar. They're down to 50, they're poisoned. We should be able to knock it out, but still, one of our Gengars will be knocked out, and it will be this one. With the special energy already on it. Oh, they didn't end up... Okay, so no energies on it, they did not attack. They're down to 40 on that. The Darkrai EX is good to go. So once again, it looks like we will... Let's go ahead and feed the Chandelier, start getting that guy ready. And we're going to do a... If they're not going to attack us, we're going to do a Night Attack, and we're going to put that on the Darkrai EX. So that brings that guy down to 150. I'm pretty much pressuring them into feeding the Zorak that's already out there and poisoned. It's down to 30. I don't know if they will. So they do attach an energy. They're going to retreat using that energy, and they're going to do 180 damage onto the Gengar EX that we have. And 30 onto the other Gengar, which brings that guy down to 40. So what do we want to do here? We're going to definitely try to poison up the Darkrai EX and do some damage. So in this case, we've got the teammates, which we're going to use. Let's get that Rock Guard. And it's the very first one. And a Litwick. There's Litwick. There we are. Alright, let's put down Litwick. Let's put that Rock Guard down as well. And do I want to feed it yet? The Litwick. We're going to save that double colorless energy instead. Let's put it down onto one of the other Gengars. Just in case we're knocked out by the Darkrai EX, which is very likely, we're at least going to poison that guy up. We're going to put down Chandelier. Alright, so I'm pretty much gambling on either Feigning Spell or at least the Rock Guard, putting more damage on the Darkrai EX. Oh, they got rid of the Rock Guard. Alright, so just the Feigning Spell. That's all I'm hoping for. So they could be looking for a Lysander themselves and try to pull out one of our Gengars. So there it is. Are there any attacks we can actually use? 30 damage to one of your bench Pokemon, to one of their opponent's bench Pokemon. That would do 90 with their resistance to Psychic. It would only do 70. They're already poisoned. If I can draw up a Mega Gengar Spirit Link, then I can maybe knock out this Darkrai EX. Assuming the Feigning Spell doesn't work here with Chandelier. Come on, Chandelier. Ghost versus Ghost. Let's see what happens. And Chandelier brings down the Darkrai EX with it. Although we do take 30 to the Gengar, to the actual Gengar, we get 2 prizes. We get another little Litwick. They get a prize as well. Ah, Chandelier, always the hero. Got the Zorak on the bench. We've got the Yveltal. Alright, let's put out the Gengar with damage on it, because it is going to switch out here in a minute. Let's evolve into Chandelier. There it is. And let's see, who do we want to feed? What's this guy do? 30 would do 180, so it would be enough to knock out the Gengar EX. But I do have a double colorless energy that I can use next turn, so instead I'm actually going to feed the Chandelier that we have. Actually, let's put it on Gengar. That way we have another one ready to go. Alright, how many energies are on the discard pile? We've got 2. Let's do energy retrieval. There it is. And finally, Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage and the poisoning on it. And we're going to put out... I guess we'll put out Chandelier. How many prizes do they have left? They've got 1. Crap. We'll put out the Gengar. It's down to 100. If they do get a double colorless energy, that will be it for the Gengar. Let's see what ends up happening. There's a rare candy, so they're going to go straight into Hydreigon. There's the Dragon type, first one that's not a Dark type, so 160, we're good. We are okay. It does survive that turn. So that Yveltal's down to 90. And I do have... Alright, so I should have probably fed the Chandelier at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the Hydreigon using Lysander. There it is, that has 3. Crap, that's really going to hurt us as well. Yeah, we're kind of stuck here. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a double colorless energy onto the Gengar EX. We're going to do a Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage. We're going to put out the Gengar that has enough energy, has 1 energy on it, so we can attack next turn. That brings it down to 80. It is still poisoned, and Yveltal's down to 90. Zorak is down to 30. Try to knock that guy out next turn. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That is more than enough to do 140 damage onto the Gengar EX, and he's down to 70. Let's get the Great Ball. We do get a Lampent out of that. So let's go ahead and evolve him. And we might be knocked out next turn. We've got 30 on him. So we're going to feed the Chandelier. Oh, undo last action. We don't want to do that. Double colorless onto the Gengar EX. Dark Corridor attack, 60 damage. So he's down to 10. He's going to be knocked out next turn. We're down to 10 on that guy, down to 10 on Gengar. Not much we can do. We're going to be knocked out either way. So I'm going to put out Chandelier. We get another prize, which ends up being a Muscle Band. That does help a little bit. They pull out the Yveltal EX, which has 90... Well, it's fully healed now, which is totally fine. They're not going to attack. Okay. There's a Dimension Valley right there. We're going to evolve. And I guess we're just going to feed him. But I am actually going to take this opportunity to put a Muscle Band onto that Gengar, and we're going to evolve it into the Mega Gengar and end our turn. So that brings our HP up to 80, which is something. Put down another Yveltal. Lysander. Crap. There it is. There goes our Mega Gengar for 240 damage onto it. So they're down to 1 prize. I'm going to put out Chandelier. What can we do here? Alright, so let's feed the Chandelier. We're going to play Ace Trainer, since they're bringing them down to 3 cards. Do the Roller Skates. Does not work. Let's get the Lysander. Is it down there? Yes, it is. We can't play Ace Trainer. We can't play the Lysander this turn, but I'm going to save the other one. Curse Drop. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1 turn we should theoretically win this, but with 1 attack, because of the Chandelier's weakness, we will probably be knocked out. Yeah, that should do 180 damage onto the Chandelier. I don't know how Fainting Spell is going to work, though. Let's find out. If it fails, they definitely win, but if not, I think it'll be a draw. $240, excuse me. 240 damage. And it works. So, sudden death, draw. Because Chandelier once again comes through for us and says, you were going to lose that match. We're going to give you another chance because I'm fucking Chandelier, and that's all I do these fucking games is just give you an extra shot. I'm going to try not to disappoint you, Chandelier. So basically the way this works, sudden death, is the first person to get a knockout wins. And it's not looking good since we're starting off with Little Litwick. Alright. Let's get some energies. We'll put down a regular energy onto Litwick, and actually let's undo that. Let's put a special energy on it, and then our turn. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with one of his or her active. This attack does 30 damage to a new Pokemon. I do like that we did start off with a Lysander, because maybe we can somehow pull off a Rare Candy and a Chandelier. So already filling up their bench right there with the Pokemon Fan Club, which we couldn't do. They end up getting a Dino and a Darkrai EX. This is already a good game, though, regardless of who ends up winning. This is awesome. I love it. There's a Rare Candy right there. And they've already got an energy down on the Sharpedo. Double colors on Litwick, and just hope that we get a Chandelier next turn. who's going to do less damage to us. Don't want that out there. We've got one on him, so I'm going to save the Lysander. I'm just going to do the trip over attack, which ends up getting a heads. It's going to do 20 damage because this particular dark type does not have a resistance to Psychic. There's the Evo Soda, and it's going to be, I'm assuming, the Zorak. Nope, they end up evolving the Dino, so there goes the chance of me trying to pick it off with Chandelier, assuming we would have pulled one off. So there's the Professor Sycamore. They do fill up their bench. Nothing there we can knock out with one attack, unfortunately. They do get another... Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I'm just going to buy myself some time here. Let's pull out the... what's it called? Zuelis. This is not working. Even this one does have a resistance, so it's not going to do anything, but at least they do need at least one more energy to... Oh, there's the evolution right there. Hydreigon. This might be it, maybe? No, not enough energies. They end up switching to a Darkrai EX. 1, 2, there it is. That's the match. Oh, that was good. I'm glad we made it to sudden death. We did it once before while I was recording, of course, for YouTube. But 320 damage onto Litwick. Jeez. That wouldn't have happened if Chandelier were here. Chandelier would have pulled you down as one. Would have gone double sudden death, I'm sure. Awesome game, Country Mom 63. That was a lot of fun. So our prize is going to end up being... Oh, let's find out. It's a mystery prize. All right, here we go, and it's going to be 12 bonus coins. So now we're going to head on over to our collection and open up some booster packs. So first one is a tournament chest. Waited on opening that until we recorded one of these. And we end up getting 5 coins and the penis Pokemon, Combuskin. Alright, awesome. Let's open up some packs. Ancient Origins. Remember, I'm looking for some Tyrannitars. I've already got an Ace Trainer. I'm also looking for a Lucky Helmet. A couple new cards here. Alright, we get the Wooper, the Ralts, a Rotom, Despy Queen. This one you're going to see a lot because of the Bee Revenge attack. This attack does 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. And then we've got the Hex Maniac. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, each Pokemon in play in each hand and in each player's discard pile has no abilities. So that would disable our Chandelier. Look at that, awesome Entei. Really cool card. I love the artwork on it. I'm not sure about the attacks though. Flame Screen does 30 during your opponent's next turn. Any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 30. And then the Heat Tackle. Flip a coin if tails this attack does 30 damage to itself. Not the greatest, but it is. I love the artwork on it. Really cool card. Alright, let's open up another one. Alright, come on, Lucky Helmet. Tyranitar EX, Mega Tyranitar, either one. We get an Emperor Spirit Link. Baltoy, Eevee. A lot of new ones. Spinarak. The Golett, another Hex Maniac. A Reverse Hollow Gloom. And a Regice. Alright, one more. I would even take a Mega Tyranitar Spirit Link. Another lesson, there it is. Tyranitar Spirit Link, so this means we have our very first one. So if I can pull off 2 more, it will really advance us in getting a Tyranitar deck going. Alright, so what is it? Ends up being a Volcarona. Flip 2 coins, this attack does 20 more damage for each heads, and it does a base damage of 20. And the Wind Wheel does 80 damage. Your opponent switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her bench. Alright, so we made a lot of progress. We did get the Tyranitar Spirit Link, which is awesome. And of course, next time we will open up some more booster packs. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the Reasons I'm Broke logo at the top right-hand corner of the screen. And check out the rest of our shows on nerdupmedia.com. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.